is returning to the region. We're now 3 months into Israel's war, which has caused catastrophic humanitarian crisis in Gaza. As it stands, can Israel really achieve its stated goal of destroying Hamas in the face of rising international anger and pressure?
Well, these kind of wars are not really winnable. And the war aims of obliterating entirely Hamas, I don't believe are achievable. And therefore, I think that Israel should aspire to cut short the war and try to develop an exit strategy which is realistic. Right now, the current government doesn't have a realistic exit strategy. At the same time, we see that Iran is emboldened. It is being very active on all borders and challenging very seriously American designs in the region. You see it through the activity of the Houthis in the Red Sea. You see that in the situation between Israel and Hezbollah. So the dynamic has become very, very complex. This is not the dynamic that Israel had in mind when it started the war on 8 October. That is when it responded to a Hamas attack. It's extremely important that the U.S. Deploys with its allies its diplomacy in the region in order to try and stop or convince Israelis that this is the moment to cut their losses, as it were, in Gaza, and have a realistic exit strategy with Hezbollah as well.
I want your reaction to South Africa's case at the International Court of Justice. It argues that Israel's military campaign in Gaza breaches its obligations under the 1948 Genocide Convention. The Biden administration has already rejected South Africa's appeal, but it has been supported by countries like Jordan and Turkey. Has Israel committed genocide in Gaza?
I don't think Israel is committing genocide, nor does she have the intention to commit genocide. There have been declarations by some public figures, none of which has any bearing on the conduct of the war. These are ministers that are a decoration for Netanyahu's political power base, but do not really have any bearing, as I said, on the conduct of the war. This is unfortunate collateral damage. Maybe you may have cases of negligence or hyperactivity, but there is no intention. And this is what matters. These kind of wars, you have a situation whereby the enemy is deployed among the civilian population. Practically every house, practically every hospital, every public institution in Gaza is an arsenal. I mean, and you have a maze of tunnels underneath every house in Gaza, and these tunnels are the protection of the leadership and of the militias, and fighting these kind of wars. This is something that no power throughout history, not even Second World War, has faced such a battlefield. So this is the kind of battlefield that creates unfortunate situations. Civilians are hurt, but there is no intention. This is not the intention of the Israeli military nor of the government.